Good evening, everyone. Today we embark on a curious exploration, one that treads the intricate paths of observation and understanding. There are nuances in human interaction, small and seemingly inconsequential details that shape the way we see and are seen by others. This evening, I invite you to consider 7 things women might not realize men notice about them, not as a critique, but as a celebration of the extraordinary subtleties that enrich our shared humanity. Kindness, when it is neither staged nor expected, carries a power far beyond what we often give it credit for. It is in these moments of unconscious goodness, when a woman is unaware of her own grace, that her light truly shines. Picture her pausing to listen attentively to someone who feels overlooked, not because she must, but because her heart inclines her to do so. She might not remember the moment later, but to the one she listened to, it could mean everything. Men notice these gestures because they are not contrived. They are not a performance put on to gain approval or recognition. It might be a simple act, offering a kind word to a stranger, giving her time freely to someone in need, or the way her eyes soften when she sees another in pain. There's no fanfare, no expectation of applause, just an effortless offering of herself to the world around her. And it is precisely in the absence of self-awarenessness that these moments carry their weight. Unconscious kindness reveals a truth about character that cannot be manufactured. It shows who a person is when they believe no one is watching. And that authenticity strikes a chord in ways loud proclamations never can. For men who often seek to understand what lies beneath the surface, these moments of natural generosity act as a window into a woman's soul. This grace also manifests in her small interactions, the way she might instinctively shield a child from harm, pick up a dropped item for someone without a second thought, or share a genuine smile with someone she's just met. She doesn't stop to calculate what these gestures say about her, she simply lives them. And yet they carry a message far deeper than words. The grace of unconscious kindness is a quiet hymn, a melody played in the background of daily life. It doesn't demand attention, but for those who take the time to notice, it is unforgettable. Men may not always comment on it, but they carry those moments with them. A memory of her unthinking compassion lingers, not as an anecdote to be told, but as a truth to be cherished. It shapes how she is perceived, not just in the moment, but long after, for such moments are not easily forgotten. There is a strength that does not roar, a power that does not shout its presence. It is the quiet resolve of a woman who faces the trials of life with steady determination and an unyielding spirit. She does not boast of her struggles, nor seeks applause for her victories. She simply continues, step by step, moving forward with purpose and grace. Men notice this quiet strength, not because it demands attention, but because it compels admiration through its unwavering constancy. This strength often reveals itself in the moments when life's weight is heaviest. When circumstances might cause others to falter, she stands firm, not with fanfare, but with an inner stability that suggests a deep reservoir of courage and conviction. It is in the way she remains composed when confronted with chaos, the way she holds her ground when the easier path would be to retreat. Her strength is not in denying difficulty, but in facing it head-on with a calm resilience that speaks volumes without a word. There is a profound dignity in this quiet resolve. It may manifest in the way she chooses to handle conflict, with poise and thoughtfulness, rather than with anger or haste. It might appear in her refusal to compromise her values, even when pressured to do so. She may endure setbacks without allowing bitterness to take root, or she may navigate a loss with a grace that others can only marvel at. These are not moments she broadcasts, they are moments she lives, moments that define her in the eyes of those who see her. Her quiet strength also lies in her ability to persevere when no one is watching. She doesn't need an audience to validate her efforts, nor does she wait for recognition to affirm her worth. She carries on because she knows it is the right thing to do, because she believes in the value of her journey, even when the road ahead is unclear. Men often notice this unstated resolve in the smallest of actions. How she keeps going when things get tough, how she sacrifices for the people she loves, or how she silently holds a family, a team, or a community together without seeking credit. It is important to understand that this kind of strength is not without its vulnerabilities. In fact, it is the coexistence of vulnerability and resolve that makes it so compelling. She might falter, she might feel fear or doubt, but these moments only add to the depth of her strength. They show that her courage is not the absence of struggle, but the decision to rise above it, again and again. Men are drawn to this quiet resolve because it speaks to something profound about the human spirit. It is not loud or boastful, yet it carries a weight that cannot be ignored. It is a strength that inspires, that encourages others to be better, to face their own challenges with the same calm determination. This quiet resolve is, in many ways, an act of defiance against despair, a refusal to be defeated by life's difficulties, and a testament to the power of persistence. Joy has a language all its own, a silent yet profound expression that transcends words and speaks directly to the heart. It is the unguarded smile that brightens a room, the spontaneous laughter that dances through the air, and the glimmer of delight that shines in the eyes. Men notice these moments not because they are loud or dramatic, but because they are real, unfiltered glimpses into the soul of a woman who is fully present and alive. Authentic joy is not something that can be manufactured or feigned. It emerges naturally, often in the simplest of moments. A quiet sunrise, a favorite song played unexpectedly, a heartfelt conversation with a friend. It is a reflection of a spirit unencumbered by pretense, a life lived with gratitude for the small blessings that might otherwise go unnoticed. Contemplation. Men are drawn to this authenticity because it resonates with something deep within them, the desire for connection, for truth, for a shared experience of life in its purest form. This kind of joy is contagious. It has the power to lift the spirits of those around her, to transform an ordinary day into something extraordinary. It is not the joy of perfection or ease, but the joy of finding beauty, even in the midst of challenges. When a woman allows herself to embrace such moments without reservation, it reveals a strength of character, a refusal to let the weight of the world diminish her capacity for delight. Men notice not just the joy itself, but the courage it takes to hold on to it in a world that often tempts us to harden our hearts. Authentic joy also carries an element of surprise. It might surface in the way her eyes light up when she speaks about something she loves, or in the unrestrained laughter that escapes her at a shared joke. These are the moments that linger in memory, not because they were planned or perfect, but because they were real. They remind us all of what it means to be human, to feel deeply, to connect without barriers. They can feel so real that they are the divine diplomacy that we feel that we can actually be human. There is also a quiet wisdom in this joy. It does not ignore the complexities of life, the sorrows or the struggles. Instead, it exists alongside them, a choice to see the good even when the bad feels overwhelming. It reflects a perspective that values presence over perfection, gratitude over grievance. Men notice this not as a fleeting emotion, but as a way of being, a testament to resilience, to the ability to face life with a spirit that refuses to be diminished. Authentic joy in its essence, is an act of vulnerability. It is an invitation to be seen, to share a moment of truth without fear of judgment or rejection. It requires the courage to be unguarded, to let the light within shine through cracks and imperfections. This is what makes it so compelling. It is not polished or rehearsed, but raw and genuine, and in that it holds a beauty that words often fail to capture. Men are not immune to the quiet power of joy. It speaks to them, not as a demand or an expectation, but as a gentle reminder of the best parts of being alive. It is a language they may not always articulate, but one they understand instinctively. They notice the way it transforms her presence, the way it shifts the energy around her, and the way it lingers long after the moment has passed. It is not the absence of hardship that makes this joy remarkable, but the decision to embrace it in spite of hardship, to let it shine as a beacon of hope, a celebration of life's simplest and most profound gifts. In conclusion, these 7 unnoticed things, each a subtle thread, weave a tapestry of wonder. They remind us that it is often the unspoken, the uncalculated, and the unacknowledged that make the greatest impression. May we then learn to see and cherish these moments, to be attentive not only to what is declared, but also to what quietly unfolds. For it is in these whispers of the soul that true connection is found. Thank you.